Hi there, welcome back to the Football Spy Show, sponsored by our friends at the car giant Renault. And we were as impressed with Manchester United last night as we were disappointed by Spurs. If you're a fan of either club, your thoughts on last night's performance, please, and what it means for the season ahead. I like Phil Jones. I think he's already a fine player, and I think he should have been man of the match. Who was yours? Get in touch and let me know. In the meantime, the transfers. Lots of news reaching us this morning about Eden Hazard and Arsenal's interest in him. We're keeping an eye on that, but also reports from France suggesting Arsenal will return with an offer for this man. He's Lucho Gonzalez, he's 30, he's an Argentine midfielder, he's had a strong start to the season. He represents the experience so many Arsenal fans have been crying out for. The Marseille coach Didier Deschamps already gone on record over the weekend saying his club have turned down a loan move from Arsenal for the player. Deschamps says, I spoke to him, Arsene Wenger, and the one that really interests him is Lucho Gonzalez. Wenger believes he could be a great player who's useful to his team, although he doesn't fit in with the recruitment policy. He wanted him on loan, but it was not acceptable to us, so there are no negotiations. Well, that was Deschamps on Saturday speaking. Since then, it would appear Arsenal have been in touch, so we'll keep you posted on what happens there. Now, it's turning into Friends Reunited Day and Football Spy. Lots of papers saying Liverpool want Craig Bellamy back. They had a queue of clubs, including Sunderland, Stoke, Everton, Bolton and Celtic, who all want the 32-year-old striker. Completely frozen out at City, not allowed to train with a first-team squad, but now Liverpool want him. You can bet your boots City will make it hard for him to go. Other old pals who want to link up, and the Independent say Bolton defender Zach Knight has made a public plea for his mate Sean Wright-Phillips to accept an offer from Owen Coyle. Wright-Phillips has also got offers from QPR, Rangers and Stoke. And go to the Mirror Football website for the latest addition to the Friends Reunited club. Kevin Nolan at West Ham wants Joey Barton to quit Newcastle and join him there. They were both excellent a couple of seasons ago as they helped Newcastle to gain promotion from the Championship. More transfers for you, and amid all the big names hitting the headlines today, this one slipped under the radar. The Guardian say Spurs are about to sign a player called El Hadji Bar from the French club Le Havre. He's 18, he's a defensive midfielder and he plays for his age group for his national side. He's expected to sign a 3-year deal subject to a medical. Now, New Name's always got a good show on Spy, so have a look at this man. He's Nasser Chadli. He's 21, he plays for FC20 in Holland. He's actually scored against Spurs in the Champions League last season, and Fulham have bid £4.4 million for him. Now, 20, they've rejected it. They want twice that amount, but the word is that Fulham are going to go back in for him. They're obviously keeping their options open because they're after the Leeds winger Max Gradel. He says that they are among a number of clubs that have shown an interest in him. The Times say QPR want to sign the left-back Harita Elunga from West Ham. Rangers fans, be careful what you wish for. He was at fault for both goals that West Ham conceded against Leeds on Sunday. I should know, I was there. The Wolves boss Mick McCarthy's competing with Ipswich and Portsmouth to sign Jimmy Bullard, who's just been sacked by Hull. It's a long story. And one more for now. The Mail said Everton and Celtic want to sign the Birmingham defender Liam Ridgewell on loan. Time for your messages, and it's a mixed bag today. The fam's a big admirer of this show, thanks very much. He's a Liverpool fan, and he still thinks that Kenny Dalglish could do with a few more signings, like Gary Cahill at Bolton and Park Chu-young, the striker at Monaco. Lewis Watt TV says, please, 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 Arsene Wenger, buy someone now for the sake of the club. I think he's already on the case. Moon Sugar says that he'd love to see Joey Barton and Kevin Nolan link up again for West Ham. And I was talking about Scottish football yesterday. Well, James Adams says Scottish football doesn't make any money as there's no interest in it. He says that 90% of the players in the Championship could walk into Celtic or Rangers squad, which I think is a bit harsh. We've also got some predictions for the Golden Boot because the Arsenal man 125 thinks it's going to be Robin van Persie. Halat thinks it's going to be Luis Suarez at Liverpool, so too does Daniel 234. And Mr. Bagley thinks it's going to be Sergio Aguero. Like I said the other day, I think it will be Dzeko at City. Transfer tales for you, and I'm fascinated by this one. Man City wants Scott Parker from West Ham. You all know his situation. He's 31 in October. West Ham won £8 million for it, for him. QPR offered half that, and that was rejected. Chelsea were in for him, but then they opted for the Barcelona midfielder Oriol Romeu. Now City are keen, while Arsenal are still lurking. I still don't think he'd get more than a year's contract at Arsenal because of his age, and I wonder whether he would play regularly at City. Remember, he got stung by Chelsea and only really found his form once he went to West Ham. Juan Mata's rubbed salt in the wound for Arsenal and Spurs fans by insisting he rejected the chance to sign for them and went for Chelsea because he wanted to win things. To be fair, Harry Redknapp's hit back and said he's only gone to Chelsea for the money. Go to the Mirror Football website for details of Bolton's bid to sign the Liverpool striker David Ngo. Bolton also want to sign the talented young Man City defender Diedrich Boyata and Sean Wright-Phillips, like we said earlier. And the word is that Liverpool are battling hard to sign this man. He is Sebastian Coates, and he's from Uruguay. He's 20, he's a centre-half, and he was voted the best young player at the Copa America earlier this summer. His club value him at £10 to £12 million, which for me seems better value than the £18 million that Bolton want for Gary Cahill. The Express says that he fits the profile of the young, hungry player that Liverpool want, and he could push for a starting place straight away. Newcastle are in trouble. They want to sign the 23-year-old striker Modibo Maiga from the French club Sochaux for £7 million. Sochaux don't want to sell. They say they're going to make an official complaint to the authorities because they believe Newcastle have spoken to the player behind their backs. Just to update you on some stories you already know about, Harry Redknapp thinks Daniel Levy should offer Luka Modric a new deal to prevent him from going to Chelsea. I think he's already on his way and that it's just a matter of time. And Roberto Mancini at Manchester City, he says that it's a big problem, his words, if Samir Nasri plays for Arsenal against Udinese tomorrow night, as he'd be cup tied for the Champions League. Lots of reports already coming out of Spain suggesting that he's not going to travel with the squad. Now, the first wave of our entries to our final competition of the summer transfer window have come in. We want to know how many goals in total are going to be scored in Saturday and Sunday's Premier League games. There's no Monday game next week, so every club will play this weekend. Take that into consideration when you enter. On our Twitter feed, at Football Spy, Nonny is from Denmark, thinks that 18 goals are going to be scored this weekend. Luke May says 18 as well. On our email, spy@mirror.co.uk, Hant is in Singapore and says 22. On YouTube, Ching Wow Pow says 24 as well. Keep your entries coming in, as well as your contribution to the show. Lots of issues to get stuck into. The boys and the lovely Alex are waiting to update you with all of the breaking transfer news in the meantime, and I'll see you next time.